Good evening. You're listening to Ripon Common Sense Radio. Thanks for joining us live. The broadcast will begin in just a few moments. If you are listening on YouTube, please say hello in the chat or the video comments below. The program will begin shortly.
The bus is bound for Niles Bend Harbor. The ladies wear perfume to scar your nose, and the only way to reach them is to scare them. But of that you know little, I suppose. It's a magical and mystical performance as you perambulate right down the road, with your pockets full of stardust and perfection, and Jesus on your side and in your soul. She had rings on every finger and 10 bracelets, some touch with powers given by a sage. He had contemplated giving her his wristwatch. The time for him had long since gone its way. Of the city he would shuffle, while spinning on his heels and chewing beef. He had promised her he'd be a vegetarian, but he could not control his lust for meat. Some say she left the streets for greater glory, but others said that she was big with child. Whatever was the truth, it did not matter. He would hunt her down and cut her with his smile. Last time he was seen was by the pawn shop. He traded 2 gold teeth for a sack of corn, and he would plant it on the outskirts of the city as a warning that he would someday return. Said he never found her, he's still looking. It is said he searches rivers for some sign, but the truth is that he caught her down in Georgetown with a Spaniard who had left his wife behind.
Ripon Rabbit Hole is a community-driven radio. At times the community comments may reveal prejudices and other beliefs that we or our sponsors do not condone. Views or opinions expressed by the community, callers, or guests, are those of the individual speaking and do not represent the views or opinions of this site. Ripon Common Sense content is intended for mature audiences only. Enjoy. The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
Let's update you. Good evening and welcome to a short episode of the Ripon Rabbit Hole live show. I'm your host, AJ, the Ripon Rabbit. Give yourselves a round of applause for being smart enough to be here. Tonight, we're going to cancel the time that we had set to end the weekend outright together. And I'm going to explain exactly why in the first few moments of tonight's broadcast. As you know, Nikki Rabbit and I have made our way across the country, and we have landed in my hometown for the last week. We've spent time with our family, and we've been here for a reason, for a personal and a family reason. And tonight, that family reason takes precedence over the show. So I take my top hats off to you, Lobo, Ohio, for being the first in the chat room tonight. I'm glad to see you, JJ, Sandy B, Alva Yoder, My Life, and David Vincent, Moneybags 73, Champion Sports Nation, and Earth Daughter. I can tell you that tonight it's just not possible to continue on and do the show. I will guarantee you that Organization will return and be back next Friday night. Jerry Hicks will howl in the weekend again next Wednesday, and I will return with this show that was scheduled tonight to be on next Friday. Look, a lot of personal things going on in my family tonight, and unfortunately, God first, family second, and work last. And although this isn't my work, this is my passion and my love, I have to honor the situation at hand, and I have chosen to cancel tonight's broadcast, but give you the honor of at least bringing you a live update to give you the reasons why. Nikki and I will be pulling out of Wisconsin within the next 48 hours. And that 48 hours of time here is well spent, and things that we will be wrapping up here in Wisconsin are important to not only myself, but my family as well. So unfortunately, this will be the end of the Ripon Rabbit Hole live show tonight, and hopefully you can go perhaps spend some time with your family as well, because time is short, as is tonight's broadcast. My top hats off to all of you for being here, and I thank you for your support. And we will return again next Friday night with Organization. And they're really good tips to Organization. We'll return then. Until then, I'm AJ, the Ripon Rabbit.
I'm Nikki Rabbit. Much love.
Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.
Absolute beginners came to Georgetown. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie hats. They'd slit your throat and throw you in the gutter, but it's all you can expect from men like that. The bus is bound for Niles Bend and Harbor. The ladies wear perfume to scar your nose, musical performance as you perambulate right down the road with your pockets full of stardust and perfection, and Jesus on your side and in your soul. She had rings on every finger and 10 bracelets, some touch with powers given by a sage. He had contemplated giving her his wristwatch. The time for him had long since gone its way. Of the city he would shuffle while spinning on his heels and chewing beef. He had promised her he'd be a vegetarian, but he could not control his lust for meat. Since Asia left the streets for greater glory, but others said that she was big with child. Whatever was the truth, it did not matter. He would hunt her down and cut her with his smile. Last time he was seen was by the pawn shop. He traded 2 gold teeth for a sack of corn, and he would plant it on the outskirts of the city as a warning that he would someday return. He said he never found her and he's still looking. It is said he searches rivers for some sign, but the truth is that he caught her down in Georgetown with a Spaniard who had left his wife behind.